So here's the bike. I have placed mirrors upon it. Comes with a full phone holder, combination lock. This lock I bought extra. I'm going to buy another lock that's even better than that one. I am paranoid about this one getting stolen. Front suspension, not really there, but it says it has it. I mean, I couldn't feel anything with any of the bumps. This thing is built like a tank. The frame, solid welding. Look at these welds. Solid welding. This thing is not coming apart easy. So, it says super power right there. Movcan or Movcan, however you want to actually say it. Let's say Movcan, sounds better. Rear shock. It's a cheap rear shock, but it does its job. I mean, I don't see any reason right now to upgrade the shock. Compass tires. Now, as I said, bike is off. Turn it on here. Got the what? Look at that turn signal. Unfortunately, though, turn signals only come on the back. Up front, we got a very, very nice, well, nice looking anyway, headlight. This is an ultra bright headlight. I mean, I've ridden in the dark once, and that was when I first got the bike, and the headlight was just so bright. It was brighter than the headlights on my mom's car. So I got this bike with the intention to ride it to work. My job is 17 miles away. They said at the highest peak of this battery that it could make it 35 miles. This battery, the battery that came with it, died about 15 miles in. So yeah, 17 miles not happening on this battery. 35, definitely not. Now, another thing that I wanted to show you guys is cable management. Cable management all throughout this bike. It's got really good cable management going on. Underneath here is where the motor controller sits at. Seven-gear cassette. There's the motor right there. Now, for a 1,000-watt motor, I was expecting it to be a little bit bigger than what it actually is. Like, I wasn't expecting it to be so small. Now, my 3,000 watt, it's gonna have way more coverage there. It's gonna be more motor, and I'm not quite sure whether or not the controller will fit underneath the seat here. I haven't popped up the seat yet, but it comes with the tools to take the seat off. I know Mr. C had said he's going to pop his off to see if there's cable management. Oh, flying ought to be. Okay. But over here at the battery, you can see where the cable management is at for the battery up top. So all of the wires come through here and meet at right here. So for upgrading this battery, when I get my 3000 watt, I'm planning to get a triangle battery and make a case for it to be looking similar to this. I was thinking about getting two 3000 watt triangle batteries, 72 volt, simply so that I could dual battery this, because one of the other issues that I have is depending on what type of shoes I'm wearing. So when you're cranking this bike, as you see I'm in my Crocs, when you're cranking this bike, your foot, if you're a big man, 300 pound, big man, big feet, mine are 12 wides. Sometimes I have to wear 13s depending on the brand of shoe. So in my wide shoes, you're going to end up hitting that bar right there, and you're not going to be able to really pedal at all. So keep that in mind. If you're a big guy, you will be able to ride this bike as long as your feet are size 11 on down, which I don't know any big men that are relatively that small in the feet. So other than that, we got the derailleur there. You can see that it has everything you would expect. Now right here is where the extra battery goes. So if you go over to the Movcan website, you're going to notice that they do not have the second battery for sale on the site yet. We are working on that. I'm trying to convince them to ship a bunch to the US, about 500 or so, simply so that people buying this bike can buy the second battery. The second battery costs about $280-ish is what they said. And I think it's free shipping. I'm not sure. But then there's an extra $40 that you have to pay for the adapter so that you can have them chained together. Otherwise, you're going to have to go through all this mess of, well, not being able to plug in one and having the other. So it would just end up being an extra battery holder. I keep my extra battery in my backpack. So I get someplace long distance, swap out batteries. Right now you can see it says that we're fully charged, but it's actually at 4 bars. We only went like 4 miles. The battery that they had sent me to replace this one, it was almost dead. I did not fully charge it, so it was only at 3 bars when I got it. When I receive a battery, I try to kill the battery as much as possible before I set it on that charger, just so that it gets a full charge. That's something about batteries that people do not understand. They get a brand new e-bike, they charge up the battery right away. That isn't necessarily a good thing. Yeah, it's at relatively half a charge, but it's better to drain that battery down, fully charge it from relatively dead, and that way you get preservation of cells there. And that way you're knowing that whether or not there's something wrong with that battery. A few times I've had batteries where the battery was great out of the box, and then I go put it on the charger, or I put it on the charger, it looks like it charged all the way, I drain it, and then it won't charge anymore. And so this is my test of whether or not that battery is going to fail the moment it's drained. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I am not supported by any sponsors or YouTube or anything like that. So I work for a living, like we all do. But I do have my own website where I sell t-shirts. Glitch Not Found is the name of my store, GNF 404.shop. Men's t-shirts. Check it out, custom made. I've got a few word shirts up there revolving around Bigfoot, gaming, aliens, astronauts, and a few other things. And yes, a lot of them are made with AI. Some of them are made by my hand, but not all of them. Like about 90% of them are AI. I just fix the image a little bit and then boom, put it on a shirt. And I'm willing to admit I'm doing the easy way out, but I'm still putting out quality shirts. So one of the things I also wanted to cover real quick is I'm also looking at other e-bikes to review. I'm also going to be reviewing my shirts, the companies that print the shirts. I'm using a couple of companies, Monster Digital and SwiftPod, and we're going to go over that as well. Other than that, not much really to say except for we're out. Glitches were found.